Alright, let's see. This is not Agame. This is game. Lost Judgment. You know what? Just do this. I can boot this up. Continue. What's the gauntlet? Various conditions can obtain rare items for your first time to clear a mission. What are the rewards? I don't really care. Anyway, continue. It's been a week. Then my title. And then question marks afterwards. Okay. Return to Yokohama 99. I forget what we were doing, it's been a week. We dealt with the police, that's right. I remember. We'll do it. Skateboard. What do you splash screen? No, it's the water puddle blue. Why? I guess it's the light. Wiretapping? No, who did it? Who knows? Could it be corporate espionage? I don't feel like reading right now, so I'm just gonna let it be quiet. Or I don't feel like reading out loud. Don't tell me this is Yakuza 7 like a dragon.
Does that mean
The business thing again. Alright, just in case. Twitch, what is new? I see that you have a new symbol there. Secure your chat with phone verification? That's wild. Oh, I still have VLC player open. Get out of here. I mean, I'm cool with just verified email. I feel like if a verified phone number is kind of pushing it. Okay, I grabbed you. Anything new inside the mailbox? Nope. Oh, this is main story, huh? Thank you. Still on our phone. It's been a while. Keyword. Listening device. Here we go. Alright. Did you know we said because of listening device under the desk? Culprit who said the listening devices. Well, it's definitely this group, right? Not this. I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and just knock out this too. I can only imagine it'd be one of these. Oh, what's main quest? Am I gonna go talk to one of the people? We're in chapter 4, main case. It's not how we do with tasks. The wiretapping incident. Yeah, we'll change back to the wiretapping incident. Oh, it's already marked. I don't even know what we're doing with these coins. We're full HP. How many points do we have? 22k, huh? Anything below 1,000 I don't have yet. I can do the 1200s. Achievement unlocked. Skill never. 30 skills. Now I'll do 2500s. Two more. Oh man. What did you, yeah, feared?
What a waste.
Please don't follow me. Okay, you can follow me. Delinquents? Well, there he goes.
And stay down. Enough is enough! Hey!
An aggressive yell.
Yagamishi! Yep.
I feel like an attorney's badge is more trustworthy than detective's card. This is a collectible game, I'm guessing. We gotta go find the wiretaps across the city. Let's peep in Twitter, it's been a long day.
Hey. Hmm? Sure. Hmm. Nah.
Let me not use auto.
Huh? Huh. Yep.
New gadget. Detector.
Got you.
Gadget allows you to track down the sources of electronic signals. Blinking light indicates the detector's proximity to the signal emitting device. Indicator with blink green when correctly facing the direction of the source. Well, it's behind the building, right? So.
I think I'm facing the wrong way.
I believe it's behind the building. Is there a quick button to get out of Gadget? Yeah. I think I'm facing the wrong way. Wonder about the train station as well, seems like. Nope.
Bingo.
Wasn't sure how we did it. Weird signal. Bug of some sort has been planted on the car. Interested in my car, are you?
Excuse me.
Sorry about that. I'm Takayuki Yagami, a detective. Oh, a real life detective. I'm Matoya Ogami.
Oh.
I'm a prosecutor. Oh, so you're a public prosecutor? To be honest, I've loved this tree since I was little. Detectives are so fascinating, but I never thought I'd actually meet one like this. Is that so? You got like they're a celebrity or something, my guy. Mr. Detective, what business do you have in my car? Or are you on a case? Is there a mystery here right now? Well, there seems to be a series of illicit snooping activities going on around town lately, and so I'm looking into the matter. And for some reason, your car is emitting a rather strange signal. Oh, do you think my car is bugged? That depends. Do you have conversations that you wouldn't want others to hear? Certainly, discussing the day's upcoming trials with my secretary and such. Could that be a reason someone would want to bug my car? It is possible. May I search for you? By all means. It's quite easy going, huh? Signal's coming from this stuffed animal. It really wasn't his car. Ogami Sane. I think I found the signal of the source of the signal. That's Masayumi Kun's. Goodbye.
Hmm?
Huh? Who was that lady? Belongs to my secretary?
Huh?
Masayuma. Dang it. Shall pay for your part in this sordid crime. Out of my way, I take kickboxing classes every week. I'm serious. I am Makoto Tsukuma, master of the Yagami style, and I shall not hold back, even against a lady as yourself. Oh yeah. Whoa, you know Kung Fu. Just my luck. Well, that was easy. Excellent bluff. Tsukuma, you really got good at that. Form was perfect. Seen you fight enough times about from the look of it to rub off at least. Matsuyama, let's hear it. Thank you for the $50,000. What's the meaning of this? I'm sorry. I've been paid off. By whom? Claimed to be working for them. He said he was a detective. A detective. Probably the villainous detective who's becoming the talk of the town. Could you describe this person for us? I know what he looks like when we talked over the phone. He didn't video chat with me. His voice or speaking mannerisms then. Any notable dialect? I'm not sure. He was real quiet, kept his speaking to a minimum. Do you think he's a male though? You're recording a conversation? No, who just records your cell phone calls? Interesting not to. Oh, you're gonna do it anyway until he said no. Okay, that made you not want to do it. The only reason
Excuse me.
we could use. Happen to give you his name? No. But he said he runs the illegal detective agency. And you're like, oh yeah, this dude seems trustworthy. Pretty brazen approach. Doesn't beat around the bush, huh? Robbery. How could you do this? Once he offered me the $3 million, couldn't help myself. Heaven help me, what am I to do with you? I give it another 50,000, I think. Or that was 80,000. Gonna get canned? Oh, absolutely. Corrupt detective in town.
In other words...
Consulting the buzz researcher first to help pinpoint where your audits to search. Strong signals such as wireless bugs and spy cameras are prone to causing interference. Televisions and phones don't suffer. Is there a noise in the vicinity of the covert broadcasting devices? Filtered by noise or something along those lines? Okay. Or very real possibility that they're a victim of
I see.
bugs and spy cameras. We'll try soon. Or do you take down these villainous investigator? Da-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. Can I remove that line from my screen? Please unconfirm. Map. There we go. You're okay. I do want to go move my watch over. I totally forgot. So I'm gonna get there, and then I'm just gonna take literally just a minute. We can actually get back to eat real quick. And as we're eating, we can I'll do that. All you can eat. Okay.
Starving. Pretty tasty, thanks.
ありがとうございました。
Sorry about that, I'm here. I am here. Pull up my microphone a little bit. Alright, there we go. Thank you for the burger. It was delicious, man. Skateboard. Can't skateboard here, that's right. Well, not the best skateboard, but you know, there you go. Another Cuddy. Are you vocalized this time? Is it like to pull my laundry as you speak? Because this game does have a lot of cutscenes.
Hello?
Thank you.
Do you have a minute? It's Shiozaki.
Oh, I was just about to call you. I was gonna say I've got some leads on the murder.
My
By the
my lady,
way,
it's
wouldn't happen to know
2021. What
Detective
kind of phone do you
Watanabe,
have where you
do
sound that trash?
Kanagawa PD?
Oh, yes. He came asking me about the harassment case. Apparently he couldn't interview Ehara, so he got us instead.
Wanna know why that is? Apparently Tokyo PD suspects Ehara might be linked to the murder in some way. And since they don't want Kanagawa stealing the show, they're blocking their investigators out.
That does make sense. Not in a bureaucratic way.
By the way, when's your next appointment with Ehara?
As soon as we're ready, honestly. Did you want to come along?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. But I'd like to do a bit more research beforehand. I want to know exactly how Ehara's crime played out.
Funny you should say that. Hoshino-kun just told me he's going to re-inspect the crime scene tomorrow. He said it'd be best to plot Ehara's movement from Ikebukuro all the way to Shinjuku, where he was caught.
No kidding. Then I ought to go with.
If that's the case, hold on one sec.
Okay.
Yagami-san? It's me, Hoshino. I'm stoked to hear you'll be
Sorry,
helping
did
me
you
out
page in
tomorrow.
through his phone?
I'm stoked to be there.
Or just hand the phone over with the
could you bring
same
statements
trash
from
mic?
Ehara's arrest with you? It'd be a huge help if you could walk me through what happened on site.
You got it. We'll be starting from Ikebukuro Station, so just meet me there tomorrow.
Will do. See you then.
Time for a recharge. Oh boy. Go up the elevator. We sleep. Yes. Thanks for the couch. Do it 100 yen for sleeping. We're rich. Meet up with Hoshino-kun at Ikebukuro Station. Take the taxi. Yo, this is 5 sleeps. What do you? This is a ripoff, man.
Okay, see that sign right there? Ehara was leaning on that before the incident. Yep, just like that. He was standing around searching for a victim. Ehara's the man in the cap and sunglasses.
Him deciding who to attack. Dang, looking at it now is pretty suspicious.
So, Ehara was lingering at the platform a while, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty
he walked
sus,
past
bruh.
the ticket gate at 7:43 a.m. This was confirmed by the security tapes as well as when he swiped his transit card. After that, he wandered the platform an entire hour ogling women.
He spent that long choosing a target?
Isn't it oogly?
Yeah. Sick, isn't it?
Then the security camera that caught him would be...
I don't know why when I heard sick I
one?
was like, yeah, I was
That's
sick,
right.
bro. It's pretty sick. It's pretty rad. Ikebukuro is pretty famous for its sheer amount of foot traffic. At a station like this, cameras are almost never have a blind spot.
Anyhow,
Like, you know, you wouldn't be
9:06
caught.
a.m. Ehara
That's
finally
fine.
honed in on his would-be victim. Then he boarded her train, which was departing for Shinjuku.
She's the one in the pink cardigan and white skirt?
Yeah, Yui Mamiya, an office worker and mother of a 6-year-old boy. The two of them show up on the train's interior cam as well. According to the victim's statement, Ehara began by rubbing her posterior with the back of his hand. But it didn't stop there. After that, he put his hand up her skirt.
Pretty sickening.
I'm assuming he targeted someone shy, thinking she wouldn't resist. Makes me angry just thinking about it. The victim stated she was too scared to call for help, meaning she endured this for 6 minutes until the train reached its stop in Shinjuku.
Can you send what you just showed me to my phone?
Sure. Now let's head to Shinjuku Station. Then we can watch as the jerk gets busted. Even if we did defend him in court, an asshole's still an asshole.
この電車は各駅停車。
Looks like we're getting close to Shinjuku.
次は
The train's pretty light right now, but it was packed during the crime, right?
Oh yeah, the car occupancy at that time of day can easily reach 180%.
And Ihara should have been standing roughly where I am. What the?
What the?
Suspicious.
Suspicious. Of course, the train's interior, and these were installed to detain train ropers. Or at least identify them. Oh, there it is. All seats are strapped and being used by a passenger.
Suspicious.
And the law's bright young attorney.
What the?
What the? What? Mirror? Window? 6 minutes away.
Ihara and Mamiya-san both exited the train and got onto the platform here. But right before that, Mamiya-san suddenly grabbed Ihara's wrist and yanked his hand out from under her skirt. That's when she got a good look at her assailant.
So without a doubt, she saw it was him.
Yes, and there were also traces of her garments on his hand during evidence analysis. Anyway, after being grabbed, Ihara wrenched himself free and took off at a sprint. See, here he gets off the train and bolts across the platform. And Mamiya-san chases after him, asking people around her for help.
Ah, this is what they kept looping on TV.
Yeah. And honestly, with all this evidentiary footage, defending him in court was a lost cause.
Was there any security footage that wasn't aired on TV?
How does
Sure,
that go
take a
to
look around.
this
There's
famous
more than just one camera
law
pointed at
office
us.
that
Practically
last year or whatever busted
yeah.
a super secret organ harvest?
As for what I was saying earlier, Ihara was
People
finally
harvesting. I
tackled
guess they
right in
did
front of those
harvest
stairs.
organs, but
Oh,
didn't harvest
I
the
have a
eyeballs, they just
diagram of the
popped the
platform to
eyeballs.
show you.
how do they get a case like that?
So Ihara gets off the train here, and then gets apprehended here. How far apart is that?
Roughly 100 meters. Both he and the victim were weaving their way through the crowd. The whole scene was very chaotic. Even after Ihara was caught, the train was stalled 20 minutes until the area was deemed safe.
Hey, you think we could get the positions of all these cameras and where they're pointing penciled in?
Good idea. Let's check each camera's position as we walk over to where Ihara was detained. That's where he got tackled, so if you could let me know whenever you see a camera. I can mock it up on our diagram here.
What the?
Press and hold, I should think. I see one. I'm not going that way. Make sure nothing else is down here before I go upstairs.
Hey.
There's no camera. We're not going up, huh?
Suspicious. Hey.
Kind of far. Am I allowed over here? Am I dying? Are there more of these? Am I losing it? Doving. We don't use think. I can do it myself. I'm not that blind. Kinda. I literally just see the 3 cameras. Boom. 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 This is one over there, one over here. But, nothing in the stairwell? No. Oh. No? No, not O. There's no more of these around, right? Nope. I refuse. I don't think I'll be okay. I can find the camera. Really? You wear those? What do you look? Oh, that camera. You both have a check on you. You're distant, right? You're facing opposite. Security camera. Oh, I am blind. There you go.
Looks like we checked all the nearby cameras. Let's go up a little further now.
You want me to lead the way? You want me to lead the way? Okay. Not up here though. You want me to go around? Be a slow train day, huh? Watch yourself.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Hey. What the?
Hey. What the? You watch where you're going.
Hey.
Distant. But it's kind of far. I'm gonna forget about this one for now. It's kind of far. I'm gonna forget about marking this one for now. There it is.
Looks
That
like
one.
we checked all the nearby cameras. Let's move on.
Where are you running to?
Suspicious.
It's not a camera, that's a stinking spotlight. I see one. Check this one off.
Hey.
I found a camera.
Suspicious.
Found a camera. And what is the organization for these 360 cameras? I got you already. Yeah? Got you?
Hey.
Did not get you. There it is. That one
Okay,
too.
looks like we got all the cameras. Our diagram is now complete.
This diagram represents the station at the time of the groping. Ahara got off the train at around 9:12 a.m. on the October 7th. From the deboarding area, he ran in the direction of the arrow. Then he was tackled by concerning
Now
citizens.
we'll pencil in the camera locations and what directions they're pointing.
You penciled that? Gradient and everything? Each of the orange areas represents the security camera's field of view.
What the?
What the? Blind spots.
Suspicious.
Like right here. Does the dotted part of the arrow indicate a blind spot between the cameras? If so, there won't be any footage of Ahara running through here. most foot traffic. This is where Hara got tackled by witnesses and multiple others on the scene and documented this with their smartphone cameras. This is what they call eyewitness footage. I bet the TV station shell out for this sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Anything else pop up?
Suspicious.
Suspicious. In the blind spot, kinda. Arrow shows the path Ahara and the victim took as they ran from the platform to Ahara's point of capture. One more. It's a start. Ahara and the victim disembarked here. Train pulled in at 9:12 a.m. Victim was gripping Ahara's head, but he broke free of her, then he tried to run away.
So this was the general situation when Ahara committed his crime. What do you think, Yagami-san? Anything of note?
Do you think Ahara and Mamiya-san were riding the train pretty frequently?
Oh yeah, Mamiya-san commuted by train. She was here every weekday. Same goes for Ahara, actually, but he was off that day. Supposedly he was going to see his wife, even though they're separated.
Did he ever say why he wandered around the platform for an hour?
He said the thought of his wife had him flustered and he couldn't force himself to board the train. He always had an excuse ready for anything you asked him, including the harassment charges. He pled not guilty, but the evidence said otherwise. There wasn't a single argument we could make in court to establish reasonable doubt.
Safe to say he did it. But on the same day, he knew his son's bully would be murdered in Ijincho. Pretty clear it wasn't a spontaneous need to grab some ass.
I agree. It's almost like all the commotion around the harassment might have been planned out. Maybe everything was, even down to getting captured.
Yeah. You really played everyone by turning harassment into an alibi for murder. No matter how much evidence points to him as a killer, you can deny it with complete immunity.
This is getting crazier by the minute.
At the very least, he had something to do with it. Some connection. But I can't imagine he'll talk. Whatever his plan is, it's pretty clear Ahara is committed.
To what? Getting revenge for his son?
I think so.
Who do you think his accomplices could be? Ihara's a veteran cop. Think maybe he knows how to hire an actual assassin? If so, he could
Or his
have just
wife?
paid for his revenge, right?
Sure. But assassins cost an arm and a leg. He wasn't rich before all this, was he?
No. He barely scraped up enough to cover his lawsuit against the school.
Thought so.
One of the scenes of both the murder and the train groping. That should be all the places you need to see.
Hey, it's Shiosaki.
What's up, Sari-san?
Get a new phone.
I'm scheduling an interview with Ahara tomorrow at the Tokyo Detention Center. We'll take a taxi from Genda's if that all works for you.
Sounds good. But I need to head back to Ijincho for now.
Something you forgot to do?
Yeah. It involves Ahara's motive, which would be without a doubt his son's suicide. So I want to confirm if Mikoshiba really bullied the kid. And the best person to ask happens to be down in Ijincho.
All right. Then I'll let you get to it.
Cool. Then I'll see you tomorrow.
Mikoshiba, Ahara, yeah, I think I saw everything there was to see at each of the crime scenes. Also, the left is getting Sawa Sensei to talk. The key will be learning what happened with our son 4 years ago. New info has been added to your case file. I don't gotta read that. I've been listening. Skirt. Sorry, it's not one long grind rail. Bunch of cowards. Let me in. Let me in. Watch it, kids. Grab the debris.
Got a minute?
No, not for you. I really have nothing more to say.
What if I told you it's looking more and more likely Ihara-san had a hand in Mikoshiba's death?
Well, it doesn't concern me.
Ihara-san believes Mikoshiba tormented Toshiro-kun so badly that he took his own life. But neither the third-party investigation nor the courts were on his side. So what's the truth here? You know, don't you? What really happened between Mikoshiba and Toshiro-kun? Why won't you tell me the truth?
Why do you keep asking? I said I don't know!
I'm going to the detention center tomorrow to get some answers out of Ihara-san.
What?
I saw where Mikoshiba was murdered. He endured no shortage of cruelty before he died. They tortured him, you know. They broke all his fingers before they slit his throat.
No.
Putting her through a lot right now, but she's connected to this too. Information I need to know
And
before I go to
somehow
see Ihara.
Ihara-san knew Mikoshiba would be killed on the day he got caught for groping. It's like he did it to prove he had nothing to do with the murder. But maybe that wasn't his real objective at all.
Huh?
I think he wanted to signal that he'd finally avenged his son.
The body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago, this man took my son from me by driving him to commit suicide.
If I'm gonna face him tomorrow, I can't go in without some ammunition. So, 4 years ago, did Mikoshiba bully Toshiro-kun or not? That's all I want to know.
My answer won't change. There's no evidence Mikoshiba-kun did anything wrong.
Are you sure about that? Take a look at this.
That's...
Toshiro Ihara, your student. Imagine that he's listening to what you're saying now. If you can look at him and say Mikoshiba played no part in his death, I'll leave you alone. In fact, you'll never hear a word from me again. So which is it?
"4 years ago, not long after I'd transferred here to teach English. That's when it started. I was trying my best to get acclimated, and I was finally on a first-name basis with everyone. One day, after school, I was out on the roof taking a break, when Toshiro-kun suddenly ran by. I called out to him to ask what was wrong, but he shushed me and kept running. I saw he had a bloody nose. Moments later, Mikoshiba-kun showed up. He was looking for him. I told him I hadn't seen him. Toshiro-kun's face told me everything I needed to know.
So Mikoshiba was bullying him after all.
Yes. Toshiro-kun told me this later on. Whenever he'd leave school with Mikoshiba-kun and his friends, they'd force him to hand over money. At first, they'd try to pass it off as a joke. They said since he lowered the class average on tests, he ought to buy them all drinks as an apology. And Mikoshiba-kun, he was having too much fun with it to stop. He started offering tutoring sessions to Toshiro-kun. Only so he and his crew could extract their tuition from him. They'd even break into his house while his mother was at work and take the money she left him for dinner. And if he couldn't pay, they'd beat him up at school or make him grovel in the bathroom.
Didn't anybody see what was really happening?
The teachers either saw nothing or turned a blind eye. Few students knew about it, though. Anyway, I ended up relaying everything Toshiro-kun had told me to those boys' homeroom teacher. Mind you, this teacher had tenure, title, and years of experience under his belt. Do you know what he told me? He said not to cause a commotion because those boys were about to graduate.
Why does that not surprise me?
To be honest, it was hard to paint such an outwardly model student in a negative light. There was also no hard evidence to support Toshiro-kun's story. But someone still should have stepped in to help. If only I'd understood that at the time.
You tried.
The only thing I tried was to keep an eye out for him, making sure he wasn't alone, things like that. But unfortunately, that wasn't good enough. On the first morning of the 3rd trimester, Toshiro-kun tied a towel to his doorknob and hung himself in his room.
And that's when you confronted Mikoshiba, right? You asked him point blank if he'd bullied him.
I did.
4 years ago, Sawa stood up to the Mikoshiba for his terrible behavior.
Mikoshiba-kun pretended to know nothing. He was more careful, shaken even, from then on. In all honesty, when I heard a third-party committee was investigating, I was hoping the truth would come out. Students were asked to fill out an anonymous questionnaire, and many of them wrote down exactly what they saw.
Hold on. Didn't the court end up declaring there was no substantial evidence of bullying? How could they have said that with those questionnaires on hand?
First of all, the committee never interviewed anyone directly. Those questionnaires were the only proof of anything. And the teacher of those boys was the one who collected them. Each time he came across any mention of bullying, he'd toss that questionnaire out. Also, he wouldn't get blamed in the end for ignoring the warning signs.
So then the committee was pointless.
A few students did speak up about the bullying online, but their posts weren't much to go on. Toshiro-kun's parents were completely caught off guard. His mother worked through the day, and his father lived all the way in Tokyo. That made it that much easier for the teacher to cover up all the evidence of bullying. He made that statement without even consulting the principal or the chairman. So, right before Mikoshiba-kun graduated, the committee presented their findings. That there was no evidence of bullying. The conclusion you've heard over and over.
What the hell?
In Japan, 300 children commit suicide every year, across all grades. Less than 3% are proven to be linked to bullying. Toshiro-kun's case ended up like that too. But Ehara-san wasn't satisfied with those findings, so he sued Seiryo High, demanding compensation for Toshiro-kun's death. As the trial dragged on, I was eventually called to the witness stand. Of course, my intention was to let everything I knew out into the open. But before that could happen, that damn teacher came with the school's attorney to see how I would testify.
They didn't want you making them look bad, huh?
Of course not. That's when I first learned what he did with those incriminating questionnaires. They had no choice but to reveal everything to me, to try and sway me to their side. I guess they were just that desperate. After all, I was the only adult who Toshiro-kun confided in. I don't think he'd spoken to his parents about it once. So yes, that's why there was never any objective evidence of bullying. It wasn't like I had a mind to record our conversations. And I hadn't personally witnessed it either. The school attorney saw fit to remind me that the law says innocent until proven guilty. And if I couldn't produce tangible evidence, then I shouldn't be accusing Mikoshiba-kun.
So it was witness tampering. That is, they coerced you into false testimony?
Yes.
Must have been incredibly hard on you.
What I should have done was told the truth regardless. But what else could I have really done for him? Some days I just don't know. As much as I've tried to convince myself I did everything I could for him, I can never fully believe it.
So what happened to the teacher who covered all this up?
He transferred to another school. God, to think he's still standing at a podium somewhere.
That's unfortunate.
Even so, I don't have the right to place the blame solely on him.
Maybe, but in that case, Mikoshiba's bullying of Toshiro, or those questionnaires getting discarded. Have you ever told anyone else?
No. I've been silent. Yagami-san, you know what? Back when I was a student in high school, I witnessed bullying firsthand. There was this kid. My classmates pushed him too far. And one day he just jumped off the roof.
Off the roof?
By some miracle, he survived the fall. And he's been in a coma for the last 13 years. Nobody knows if he'll ever wake up. His name is Mitsuru,
Look by the end of
and
the
he may
game.
never open his eyes to the world again. His mom watches him, but she works full-time. She's a higher-up in the government.
I'm sorry to hear it.
The worst part is that his teacher knew. He even talked to the bullies about it. But all he said was, don't overdo it. But afterward, the public eviscerated him. He had to quit his teaching job. And yet, for poor Toshiro-kun, nobody was held responsible at all. And that includes me.
But if anyone was going to take responsibility for that, Mikoshiba should have been first in line. I'm sure Ihara-san must have thought the same thing.
You know what I wanted to be as a kid? I was so innocent, I wanted to be a teacher. And after Mitsuru-kun's tragedy, I felt practically obligated. And still, I just let history repeat itself.
Clear or picture about what happened. I will go back to Yokohama 99. I will also do this last marker, but just give me 1 minute. Get out of school first. I prefer stairs over elevator any day of the week. That can wait. I don't know how to get out of here. Well, it should be on the right side, right? Yeah. Sorry, that one's not good enough for you. Right. Doesn't load the school entirely. I will be right back.